I could not resist. UPS came today and I have enough boxes to build a fort. I am so excited. All right, so new year, brand new product coming out, and I just got everything for it today, so I thought it would be really cool to do an unboxing and put this product together all in one video. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so if this is your first time on my channel, my name is Jessica and I'm the owner and operator of Roundtown Candle Co. I'm a small hand-poured soy wax candle business and I'm based out of a little town in Ohio. And I've got all these boxes here. So I'm gonna move some of them out of the way. And we are gonna get started. All right, so first of all, this order came from the Flaming Candle Company, and I have ordered from them off and on over the last year plus, and I literally just had something in my hand. Where did it go? Here we go. So I've ordered from them off and on for the last year or so, and I have to say, I mean, their packaging, everything is so fantastic. Everything came quickly, and I'm just really pleased with how nice their packaging is. Because obviously, when we're getting these products, we do not want them just thrown in boxes and beat all the heck and back. So the product that I have decided that I want to add to my lineup is room sprays. And so I am ordering from them the room spray base. Now I know you can make this yourself. I've seen people do it, and I'm sure it's pretty straightforward. And it probably creates some cost savings by doing it that way. However, I don't really want to do that right now. To be honest, I don't want to have multiple bottles and multiple steps to be able to create this product. And so basically what I did is I went through and I figured out the spray bottles and sprayers that I wanted to use, and this base and fragrances and things like that to get kind of a rough ballpark on what my cost was going to be, and then figured out what my retail price is going to be to make sure that it made sense for me to do it this way. And honestly, I really think that it's still a profitable product, and for me, my time is so valuable right now because there's just one of me doing every job. And so after kind of going through and crunching numbers, I just decided that I would be able to just purchase this base, which needs nothing more. So you don't have to add anything to it other than your fragrance. So for me, that's a win. So this is their fragrance base, or I'm sorry, their spray base, and I bought 40 pounds of it. So this is an 8-pound jug. So I got 40 pounds of it because, you know, there was a cost, what do I want to say? You know, it's a better deal the more you buy. That's how it usually goes with any kind of candle supply products and things like that. So they have this taped, which is nice because it prevented any leakage from happening. So we get that ready. And now we will open up and check out these spray bottles. The other boxes that I set on the floor, those are just additional spray bases because, like I said, I got 40 pounds of it. So this here is what I'm interested in at the moment. And they have a good selection, and there's just a good selection all around. I've seen other candle makers, you know, adding room sprays, and there are a lot of them that use matte black, and I think it's really sleek and really looks good, but I didn't want to, I guess I just didn't want mine to look like the rest of them. I mean, it's not like I'm the only one that's ever using this bottle, but like I said, when I was looking around, and usually when I get ready to investigate, you know, do my due diligence on a new product, I usually do things like I hit Etsy or just Google search, but a lot of times I'll go to Etsy because that gives you a really good overall. And I knew I didn't want to do a glass bottle just because I thought that that was going to be a little bit more, I don't know. I mean, these are supposed to be nice and easy to put in your car, to throw, you know, in your purse if you're traveling somewhere. And so I thought by using these aluminum bottles, it would make it a lot more portable and a lot easier for people than if I did a glass bottle. So this is the 4-ounce aluminum bottle from the Flaming Candle Company. And this is my first time seeing it in person because, like I said, I'm just doing my unboxing now. And I love it. I really wasn't sure what to expect on it, but I really like it. I think it's sleek and I think it's a perfect size. And like I said, it's really easy because if you just want to take it along with you, traveling or whatever, you don't have to worry too much about it. So there it is. I love it. And then with this one, I got the black sprayer top. So before I start, I just want to make sure that's going to fit on there nicely, and it does. So this is what it looks like. And so I'm really excited about that. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right in and get started with this. And I'm going to start out by making 5 of these as sort of my little testers just to kind of see. And I'm going to do all the same scent for this. So basically when it comes to the scents for these, I'm not going to do every single candle scent in a room spray. What I've decided to do is I went to Shopify and I went to last year's reports because obviously that year has just ended, so that gives me a pretty good idea. And I went to see what my top sellers were. And so it's really cool. It brings everything up and it tells you how many of which scent and all that. So I basically took my top 5, 3, 4, 5-ish, and then a couple other ones that have been good sellers as well. And I'm gonna do those, and then I'm also gonna add in some new scents. So scents that I don't have in candles that I just think would make a really nice, fresh room spray. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way for right now. By the way, I bought 100 bottles and 100 sprayers. So, and it's nice, they're aluminum, so they're super lightweight. All right, so the great thing about this, like I said, is I don't have to mix things together to make my own spray base. And again, that to me is worth more than whatever the cost savings may be by doing it that way, because time for me right now is money. And especially as I've just learned through the super busy holiday season, how crazy that was and how much I need to work on trying to find ways to be able to create a product that I think will be a good, profitable item to have in my store that will not absolutely take all kinds of my time and everything, plus not to mention that's just more space for more materials. So this is it. It says right on their website you don't need to do a single thing to this other than add your fragrance. So that's what we're gonna do. So for the math of it, these are 4-ounce bottles, and I'm gonna use 5% fragrance to start out. Again, this is kind of just my little tester so that I can see before I start selling these. So I thought, you know, from what I've read, what I've seen, 5% seems to be like a good range. So I'm gonna do 5%. So you don't wanna do 4 ounces of the base and then 5% of the fragrance oil, because then you're actually above 4 ounces. So I don't want to come above 4 ounces. It's gonna come too far up. It'll probably come out of the top. My labels won't be correct because my label says 4 ounces. So, you know, the way that you do it on that is whatever percentage of fragrance oil you want to use, you add 100% to that. So I'm using 5% fragrance oil, so 105% for my calculation. So you take your total ounces that your bottle will hold, which is 4 ounces, and you divide that by the 105%. And that gave me 3.8 ounces. So 3.8 ounces is how much spray base will be in each bottle. And that gives me 0.2 ounces of fragrance oil. So again, that's 5% fragrance oil, and those two numbers combined make up my 4 ounces. So then I just multiplied that number, the 3.8 by 5, because I'm making 5 bottles, and the 0.2 by 5, because again, 5 bottles. So this, and maybe I'll even post this in the description, but that's how I calculate it, because again, you don't want to go over top of what your bottle can actually hold. So we're going to do this. So for my 5 bottles, it's going to be 19 ounces of the spray base. So I've already got my measuring cup on here so that when I turn it on, it will read zeros. So now I'm just going to measure out 19 ounces. Perfect. All right, so we have 19 ounces of the spray base. And then to that, I'm gonna add my 1 ounce of fragrance oil. And you could probably just add it in here, I'm sure, especially because of these awesome tops that I use on the bottles. But I'm a little weird with that stuff, and I just don't want to go too far or whatever. So I'm just going to do it for the sake of my own personal, you know, satisfaction. I'm going to do it on my little measuring cup here. These bottle tops are an absolute lifesaver when it comes to adding in your fragrance oil, because it's so hard when you're tipping, especially when you have to get down to those little fractions and you're just trying to do just a little drop and inevitably it runs down the bottle. So these I actually originally had bought off of Amazon, and then I realized that my local candle supply store also carries them, and so I picked some up there. So every time I get a new bottle of fragrance, I always grab these caps, and they are so easy because it makes it so much easier to control, especially when you're just getting down to those last few drops. Perfect. All right. So I am using Lemon Crazy from Aztec, which has been a really big seller for me as a candle, because people just absolutely love how fresh it smells. It really just smells clean. So we've got that in there. So now I'm just going to stir this together and just let this combine. So I already started working out with some different label designs. And so I've got some labels printed, and I don't know how they're gonna look on the bottle because, again, I just got these bottles. So I just went ahead and printed some out, and I figure once I get done, I can put that label on there and just kind of see how it looks. But I'm really excited about room sprays, and I think that it'll be a nice addition for a couple of reasons. One, you know, especially as we start moving in towards spring and summer, people seem to be a little bit less excited about candles just because, again, outside more often and things like that. So I'm hoping that these will take off and help during the little bit of a slower candle, you know, season. And I think these are great because, you know, bathroom is a good place for these, or just obviously spraying anywhere around your house. It'll be great in your car or office or things like that. So I'm feeling pretty hopeful that people will like this option, and especially because I'm going to introduce some new scents that I don't actually have as candles yet. So whether or not I'll turn them into candles, who knows, but I just went through and picked a few fresh scents that I thought people would really enjoy. Some that smell kind of like outdoorsy, springy, just fresh and clean. The clean laundry smell, like that whole thing. Because again, you know, the whole point of this spray is to really just lighten up and freshen up the air around you. Now, I'm still gonna do the cranberry apple marmalade and like my pumpkin pecan waffles, because those are such hot sellers for me as candles and wax melts that I really think they'll do well as room sprays too. So I'm gonna definitely give that a try. So I'm just really working this in here good. I'm not stirring real hard or crazy or anything like that. Just moving all around and getting that fragrance mixed in there. So I'm actually, this is such a strange kind of a feel to this base. I guess I thought it was going to be a lot more like water, you know, but it's almost a little bit of a thicker feel to it, which is nice. I just feel like that probably will be good for the fragrance combining into all that. So we'll just keep going here for just another few seconds just to get this stirred in here. It smells really good. I can definitely smell the lemon, so I'm excited about that. So what I'm gonna do is, if I can find what I did with it, I've got so much stuff going on right now. I have all these different little piles of stuff. It might be right over here. Yeah, so because I have a store, because I've got a brick and mortar these are going to be in. Of course, you know, even if you do markets or whatever, anytime you're doing any selling in person, I went ahead and printed out these little tester stickers, these little labels, so that I can put them on there, because I think I'm going to do that in the store and just have one of each scent designated as the tester. That way if somebody wants to give a little spray just to kind of see what it smells like, they can certainly do that. You don't have to worry about them picking up one that, you know, is being sold and spraying some out of it, because nobody wants that. All right, so now I think we're good. I think everything is, the fragrance is incorporated into the base. So we're just gonna clean that off. And then we'll start filling these bottles. So to do that, now I'm gonna take this and put it over here. And I'll just grab my first bottle. And I bought this little funnel off of Amazon just to kind of help pour. So I'm gonna put my funnel in there and my bottle on there, and then turn my scale on. That way it'll be zeroed out. And then I'm just gonna measure out 4 ounces. So no judging, because this is my first time doing this. So let's see how it goes. Trying to watch it and pour at the same time. Eek! 4 on the dot! Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. All right, so now I'm just going to give me another little paper towel over here to set my funnel on. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. This is so perfect. I love it. It just feels good. It's like lightweight, but you can tell now that it's full. Oh my goodness. Okay, so these may change because this is like just my rough draft of this, but here's what my label looks like. Very simple, just my logo, lemon fresh, and then it says room and car spray, and it has the weight on there. The 4 ounces or 113 grams. And so I'm just going to like rough eyeball this and plop that on there. And I wasn't sure, Oh my goodness, I gotta walk around the table here. All right. I wasn't sure if this label was gonna be too big, but look at this. I think I like that. Because I could go with a smaller, but I don't know. I really think I like that. And then I thought maybe I should do like a square or rectangular, but I'm not sure. I think I'm kind of digging the round label. Tell me what you guys think about that in the comments. So there it is. All right, so that's awesome. I'm really excited about that. And I might mess around with the label. I may make it square, I may do whatever, but I don't know. I think it looks good. I just have to stare at it for a while and see. And I'll have to ask my daughter because she's like my go-to on all this stuff. I just love that. All right, so let's finish these out real quick. These are so simple. Like, this is so simple to me. I think what's really exciting about it for me is that when you're coming off of a season where it's just really hectic, you know, and it's just like making candles is a lot of work, as any of you know that, you know, are candle makers. It's a lot of work. And to go through and find something that you think that can enhance your product line but is so much simpler to make is really refreshing, because I love making candles and wax melts, don't get me wrong. Freshies, those have been selling really hot and stuff too, but it's like, this is so great. And that's why I'm really excited that I had done my research on this spray base. It gets really good reviews, everybody really loved it. And again, I don't have to worry about combining the ingredients to make it myself. All I have to do is just add my fragrance to it, and that just absolutely excites me to no end. Especially because you can see how easy this is, and you have to figure out too that this is my very first time making it, so I'm sure I will be faster, smoother, more consistent, or whatever as time goes on once I get into my groove. But for right now, you know, this is so cool. I'm really excited, and I really like these bottles. It's so hard. And if you guys are any kind of makers or crafters or candle makers or whatever, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. It is so hard when you come up with a new product or a new design, because, you know, it's like the slate is completely blank. And all you have to do is figure out exactly what your look and feel is going to be, but it's hard to do that because there's so many options. And sometimes, you know, you can jump on Etsy to kind of see what's out there, and that can just put you in like a rabbit hole in a hurry, because you see so many other great ideas, and then you think, you know, well, are too many people doing this? Should I do that? Or, you know, then you find an idea, you don't want to copy it, you have to make it your own. So it's like this whole crazy thing that I think is also very exciting, but it can be nerve-wracking too. So, you know, you just have to go for it. And that's what I did. I chose this bottle, I chose this sprayer. I'm likely going to choose the label that I showed you guys, or some very slight variation of that. And that's what I'm gonna do. But the awesome thing about it is that you can change your mind at any time. So I can go to a glass bottle or a matte black, or, you know, something that's a little bit fatter rather than tall and skinny. You know, the options are really just endless, and that's what's fun about it, because you just get to play around and, you know, find out what works best for you. So this is what I've decided on, and Also, I'm really excited because this is something that's so quick to add to the mix, because if any of you are like me and you use soy wax, then you know all about that lovely 2-week curing time. And so that's crazy, because every time that you're making something, you make it and then all of a sudden you got to sit there and you just have to wait. Well, it sits on the shelf, like 70 tins I have over here that are curing, and I love soy wax, and I do not have any intentions of changing my wax, but you know, it's not just like super fast make up it and go kind of thing. So with something like this or the freshies, those are great because those are something that I can just make today and put on the shelf tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. So basically, the last thing I'm gonna do is, we'll try it on this one. There we go. I just put that on crooked. I gotta fix it. I can't do that. That's not gonna work. I'm shaking. All right, let's try it again. Better. There, so now you can see how I got the little tester sticker on there. That way, when I have these sitting on the shelf in my store, again, people can just pick up the tester and they're not gonna be messing around with the ones that are actually for sale. So I love these. That's how easy that was. It's been 26 minutes on the video, and I was unboxing and talking and learning this stuff for the first time and doing all the things. So I imagine I could crank these babies out in nothing flat. So that is it for me today. I am going to be back with you guys soon, of course, with another video. But again, I just wanted to share this with you because I was super excited. I could not wait for them to come. And if it hadn't been for the stinking holiday yesterday, they would have been here then. So I had to wait an extra day. I felt like a kid waiting on Christmas, but here it is. I'm super happy, and let's see how it smells. Oh, so good. All right, guys. Anyhow, as always, please subscribe if you're not already. Leave comments. Let me know what you think of the look, the labels, and all that stuff. And I will see you guys again soon. Bye.